Hey guys, this is Miss Pulido here, and I wanted to walk you through kind of a little bit slower and step by step of how to do the first part of the cup that we had done in class. So I grabbed my paraboloid and I grabbed my box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the box and I'm going to lift up about 11 millimeters off the board, and I'm going to go ahead and drag that box above our paraboloid. So now I'm going to kind of align them. I'm going to group them together or grab them together, and then I'm going to hit align, and I'm just going to hit align right here so that it's aligned on the X and Y axis, not the Z. This is the Z that's still in black. The up and down is the Z. So across is your X and back and forth is your Y. Okay, so now I'm going to click on the work plane, and I'll go ahead and click back on the red box, and I'm going to make it a hole. Done. And I'm going to click on my work plane again to clear everything so I can see where I'm at. And I'm going to go ahead and grab both of them, and I'm going to group them. So the hole will take off the top of that. And now I'm going to rotate this cup to 180 degrees if my mouse wants to cooperate today, and it doesn't look like it wants to. There we go. Okay, nope, didn't want to do that, did it? It did not. Let me go back. So let me rotate 180 degrees. So I have to start over. There we go. And now I'm going to click my work plane, clear everything up. I'm going to make this bigger. So I'm not going to use the black arrow. I'm going to use this white top arrow, and I'm just going to type in my value. So I'll click on the white box. That stays open. I'm going to go 50 here to make it tall, and then I'm going to go 50 here in this one. I'm clicking in the little boxes, and then I got to go 50 here. So all areas get 50. It's 50 by 50 by 50. Okay, so here we are. We have our cup. And now I'm going to grab our text. And yes, we're putting text on. For text, I'm just going to type in CDM. Boom. And my dimensions, what I'm going to do for my dimensions on my x-axis, I'm going to click right here in this little white square. My x, I'm going to make it 30. And it seemed to kind of work for me. And on the y, I'm going to make it 15 millimeters. Oh, that's 13. I'm going to make it 15. Okay, so that's a good size. Now I have to flip it up. I know you guys remember doing this in class. So we want to get a good view. We're going to flip it to 90. Okay, so now it's 90. Now we have to use, we're still on the letters. We're going to use the red or the black cone to kind of lift it up, and we're just eyeballing it right now. And then we're going to click on the red area and kind of back it in. And we want it to be we want this black line right here to be smushed into the cup. It's fine if it's smushed in because we're going to pull that front end of it out. We want the letters like that. Perfect. So now I'm going to pull that front white box. So again, I'm clicking on my work plane. I click on the red letters, the white boxes, and I'm just going to pull this forward. Okay, just so it sticks out fat. And that's perfect. So let's align this just to make sure my letters, sorry, I'm going to align this. You know what, let me get rid of this, my example in the back. I have a sample cup that keeps highlighting. So I'm going to get rid of that. So now we're going to click like that, get them both in there, and we're just going to align. Okay, so the way I want to align, again, I don't want to touch the Z, the up and down off the board. I only want to align this gray one, which is already centered, and this, not this one, sorry. I do want to align the Z. Scratch that. I don't want to align the Y axis today on this. I want to do the Z right here. So that's the up and down. Because if I were to click this one on this side, the letters would go back into the cup. And we don't want that. We just want it done this way and then up and down. So CDM is nice and centered. Perfect. So I'm going to click on the work plane and everything's clear. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just touch the white cup and click on it with a left mouse button. And I'm going to make a duplicate of it. Boom, done. I'm not going to pull any duplicate out. My mouse is still on that duplicate button. I haven't moved it. So straight from the duplicate, I'm going to go straight over to the hole. Okay. So from the hole, I'm going to go straight over to this button right here. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to make my dimensions of my hole smaller than my actual cup. I'm going to make them 5 millimeters smaller. Okay, so that hole is just slightly smaller. You can see it, but I have to align it. So I'm just going to click on the work plane and I'm going to go like this. Just get those two objects in there and let's just align. Now I want to align it the center point and I want to align it back and forward. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to click back on the work plane. And remember, in order for us to not have a hole at the bottom of our cup, we actually have to lift this hole up a little bit off the board. So we're going to click in the center and the black thing comes and we're going to lift this up 5, here, let me do it again. We're going to lift this up 5 millimeters. Okay, so now we've got 5 off the bottom. All right, I'm going to click on my board again. There, that's where we're at right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the white cup, click on it one time, highlighted it, and I'm going to go to duplicate again. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, it's there. You can't see it, but it's there. And from duplicate, I'm going to go straight to hole. Now this one, I'm going to make 5 millimeters bigger. Okay, so I'm going to click on this box. It's going to bring up 50-50, but I want to go 55, 55. Okay, and again, I have to align it. You can see that the original cup is still inside there. So what I want to do is I just want to grab 3 shapes and I'm going to go to my align button and I'm going to align it backwards. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to align it middle, like right here. And I am going to align it this way. Perfect. Okay, so now it's all centered. It doesn't look like, yeah, it is. Okay, so now this is the part that gets tricky, okay, because you got to watch where you're clicking. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to grab a box. And remember what we did in class? We have to get that box to completely cover the entire object. Okay, so you can just kind of make it sure it's all covered. Perfect. And then we're going to lift that box, not up off the bed, but using, I know it's hard to see here, but using our white squares. This white square says 20. I'm going to lift it up to 50. The white box, not the black handle. So it's going to go like this all the way to the top rim of the cup at 50. Boom, done. Okay, I'm going to click on the board. So now it's encapsulated. This is where it gets a little tricky, okay? Remember my letters are in this area, okay? So first I want to just go to the back of the cup and I'm going to grab the red. You know what, let me change the color of the red so you can see what I'm doing here. Let me just change the color of this so that you can see it. Okay, I don't know if I like blue either. How about green? Okay, that's pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is click on my work plane. It's all clear. So I'm going to grab this and just to the outer cup right here. That's it. And it's going to say 2 shapes. I grabbed 2 shapes, the outer edge of that cup and then the green box. And I'm going to click group. Okay, I'm going to go back to the work plane and that's what I'm left with. You can kind of see the letters sticking out here. All right. Now what I'm going to do is click on the green box again, just the green box. I just clicked on the green box and I'm going to make it a hole. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag this and I'm going to get all 4 shapes. I'm going to get the middle of the cup, the red letters, everything. And it says 4, and now I'm going to group it. And then I'm going to click on the board. It takes a minute to do that, but that's what happened. And now we have our cup. And now we're ready to put our handle on, so we will do that in class together. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. And remember, you can always slow this down and pause it as needed. And if you need help, I will help you in class this week. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you on Monday.